me because I'm like a pop culture connoisseur.
That's what we want for that. Yep.
I keep my ears around with the kids.
And so on Mondays is our Monday meeting day. Now here's the deal. Because Monday begins with M and so does meeting. That's our after school meeting day. So there's no game scheduled on Monday. So we know of. If there is, obviously we excuse you from that. But the different weeks signify a different type of meeting. Now the meetings will never go for longer than what your class would go for. So we have a 50-minute rule. So the 50-minute rule is after 50 minutes, we stop the meeting, we just table the next time we meet. Now, if there's an issue, every meeting you're gonna have that one person that hand up and ask them, it's just for them. We ask, wait till minute 51, and we will stay as long as you want. Everyone else can go. So the whining in the morning, that happens. I get it. We're all human beings. It happens. But if it's one of those what we call BMW things, so moaning, I forgot what the B stands for, but the moaning, whining. So when it's one of those issues, we say that's a BMW issue. Minute 51, we will stay. Everyone else gets to go ahead, put your backpack on, go enjoy your kids and your wives, and go see that movie, whatever it is. But we're not going to have these long, knock them down, drag them out. So one week might be, this is the week where the leadership team meets. The next week is when focus team meets. The other one is going to be when the faculty meets. But they're really kind of laid out, so they kind of play into each other. By the time the faculty meets at the end of the month, it's sort of, we probably heard something from focus teams already, or leadership teams. We can give you guys stuff that's from you. It shouldn't be top down, here's what the administration says. I'm tired of those days. I'm done with those days. The days really should be, this is what we think. And you know what, we'll get some cool food. And we'll make tacos one day, we'll have pizza some days. And we'll have a good fellowship time to be able to come together. And then, like I said, we'll stay as long as we want to, but we'll want to respect your time as well. So if we can agree that Monday's our meeting day, and it's just going to be another 50 minutes of being in school. But at least when you're with your focus team, so it's focus team, department, leadership team, faculty.
Right.
So for your focus team is when you're with people who aren't even in your department. Your department is, okay, these are the elected teachers together. You're going to have that time too, because a lot of times you're never going to see them. Think about it. Because you're working in your own ID team, you're never going to see them. Now, every day you have a team meeting, you know that. So communication is always a team meeting. And then at the end of the month, we figure that we have faculty meetings.
And with your students, your student life, the group that you're in, there could be a lot of different things that you can start thinking about and talking with your teammates. So, for example, like we would love to see at the beginning of the school year, maybe in the first 2 weeks, you guys get a group of kids, identifying those group of kids who could be our leaders in our building, and having them help contribute to the student part of the handbook and what are the expectations there. I'd love to see the student life kind of get together and figure out, okay, what are some clubs that kids want? Because we've got a list of clubs that we can offer and people want to do. But I'm not throwing a club together just because every other school does it. Because there might be a club that you don't realize that a kid would really love to have and be a part of that nobody else has. So why sit there and say, okay, here are our list of clubs and we need people to fill them? No. What's going to happen is like the student life's going to come together and go, you know what, these are clubs that kids want. Let's go ahead and figure out a way to have that. And then we bring on the faculty to say we need sponsors for these clubs and we put together.
So we had young Democrats, young Republicans, we had
we had a trivial, it was like a game, a board game club kind of, and it was kids who loved to play Trivial Pursuit, charades, and they actually competed with other schools with these, like in the fall you'd have Trivial Pursuit. So it was a team that was like, and they would travel and they would compete, and then in the springtime it was charades. And so they would go, and there's like a county charades championship, and they, so it's just things like that the kids would love. You just gotta figure out what sparks them.
Video game club.
Are you kidding me? Could we hold a tournament? That would be awesome to hold.
So when can they meet? Think about it, your days are so busy. They've got power lunch, they have an hour. So if you say, you know what, we're going to meet once a month during this power lunch, that's when we're going to meet. Go ahead and get it.
I'd love to see AV at some point where, how CNN scrolls their stuff off the TVs. I'd love to see our school where it didn't matter where you were, it was kind of like we had our own CNN. So if you're eating lunch, it's just non-stop. So you can, I remember in college, that's what it was. It didn't matter where you were because you were at the student union, you were doing your thing. So if you ever wanted information, you stopped to watch TV for a little bit and just couldn't see that.
Well, the cafeteria's got 450-inch plasmas. 450-inch plasmas in the cafeteria. They're flat series. And we walk into all the schools, and they're not even being used. And we're thinking, man, we got booths.
Yeah.
We're going to have some cool stuff. At least during that 2 hours of college, we can be doing all kinds of
maybe kids who have a band and stuff want to give you a tape and say, can you play my, this is what we
maybe we play the highlights from Friday night's game.
Yeah, just a lot. That's what I'd love to see.
Whatever it could be.
Incorporating with
But the cool thing is that you don't have to ask permission to be awesome. Talk to our superintendents. We've already been called to the office twice. We're just not asking permission to do what we want to do for our teachers and for our kids. We're going to do it. We just don't think that anyone has monopoly or say over being awesome. There's been a lot of jealousy from the other schools, and we don't even exist yet, which is really amazing that people are worried about a school that doesn't exist. And we've been called in on a positive way a couple times to be able to communicate that, we're going to do what we're going to do. We're going to still reflect the vision of the county. And so there's nothing we'll ever do that will ever get us in hot water. It just might be the reaction everyone else has to it. But for us, as long as we stay lined up with the county vision, which is right there on the website, we didn't need each individual student. We're going to do that. It's the same thing in our school. If our teachers are doing something that reflects the vision that you created, not that you created, then there's no need to ask, can I do this? Because we don't have enough time to say yes or no, just do it. We'll figure it out along the way. And that'll be that. So,
do you feel better with the information that you now have? Do you guys feel like you now have a foundation? And a lot of times you have your own room, you're going to be sharing a collaboratory, and then you're going to be flipping into the different rooms.
But you'll have a class that's
room
assigned
that
to
you're
it.
responsible for.
You're responsible.
So just
you can use any room you want.
Within your studio and stuff. So just so you know, you will get, since they get their own rooms, it's hard. We talked about that. Okay, well, great, you didn't give me a room, so how am I supposed to move my stuff? So we made sure that we ordered those things for you guys, and it's actually going to be able to lock, and it actually serves as a stool as well, and it has a handle and everything, and you just load it up, boom, and you can wheel it with you.
It looks like a really cool auto.
Yeah.
It opens up.
But it opens up and it locks, and it's yours.
It comes with a handle, it's like luggage.
And it's wheels, and so you will have something to be able to move your stuff around. So I know that was something logically, if I don't have room, how am I just putting on a cart? What am I doing? Laptops, we're hoping to get sometime, maybe July, kind of see. But as soon as we get word, then we'll be making sure we communicate with you so you know when you get your laptops and all that, all your supplies and everything. Your supplies were ordered through the county. So I just got the information about the requisition. So those are actually starting to get processed. So you're going to be looking for information from John. He's going to send some stuff out about how or when he's going to say, okay, because there's so much stuff that got ordered. You guys want to order it. You need to know that inventory list to make sure your stuff got here, and then we'll talk about the financial procedures. So just be looking on for an email for when that happens to be able to go through your stuff.
Is it feasible that our core teachers could actually have different classrooms? Absolutely. You're going to be assigned a set of keys in a room that you're responsible for, and it may be that your team decides that this is just where we want to be. So, and that's okay too. We don't want to tell you that that's where you have to be. See what I'm saying? So think about it. The exterior rooms in this building all have windows, but there are 3 rows of interior rooms that don't. What if I want some light sometimes? Let's go ahead and switch this up a little bit. It's completely up to you. And I know it's kind of mind-blowing to know that you've got the artistic licensure to do what you want to do. But guess what, guys? That's what we're going to go ahead and roll. And what we have to be able to do is to be able to have a trust. Now, I was asked by someone who I worked with at my last school, who texted me over the course of the weekend. I love her to death. But she said, why do you? I'm reading your website. What's funny is that my former teachers are reading my website more than my current teachers, which is interesting. And half of them are just like, and the other half are just like, that's what he was trying to do. Why didn't you do this with us? Why? We had 3 years together. And the answer was this, not to hurt anyone's feelings, but I have to have confidence in you, and I have to trust you. Because if I don't have confidence or trust in you, I can't do it. We cannot be able to go back to 4x4, agenda-driven, whatever. But when you get to recruit your entire staff, you better have some confidence, and you better have some trust. And I feel completely different about this group.
Because you can ride back and forth,
different models, so I don't know what you guys have. You guys have this. Did you get that on the table? No, she just printed this. Oh, yes.
Well, I had like
Oh, they yeah, So you're doing first year. I know it says it's in the first year, but it's actually not. That is our look on there, so it's like a period.
There's a lot of guys.
And before you pass, everything
Oh,
is
yeah.
listed.
You know how stuff
That's
you
when you
like.
can use it in your house. But that's when you put in with your studio, all of you guys are all together. And then you also have the elected,
We know our phones are gonna be there. They're gonna ring. You know, we know a lot of those John, what is severe
But
sleep?
that could be your time. I think we have you now for 18.
So like, okay, thanks for.
Oh, man. So eyebrows go up.
Right, so we can
Well, we
do
talk
that.
about our model, so we know that you
And
can
then who's in the
require
first year?
a lot of
Ashley?
a lot of improvisation. Because now, we're not.
Okay, two of them.
Have you talked about history?
Okay, so maybe,
And we know to get.
What about this one?
I will switch these
To
to
get.
guys.
Yeah, what about this one? Oh, yeah. Okay, that's what I got. But this
Yeah.
I've seen those.
And it's still like,
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put another school together.
Right, so which we're switching now.
67.
Yeah, you yes, well, because if you're ninth grade team, right? Yeah, right, yeah, so you'll have.
And then you, of course, this is the seventh, so it's gonna be 8 periods, so we have to make changes. So, you guys, we do one, 4 period block, period, it's actually like that power lunch. So nobody's very in class, and we're not maybe 105 during that time. And so, like say you want some of your kids to be scheduled with you during that time, it's obviously, say if you want your, once you switch over to more advanced kids. Or you want to schedule your IMG during that time. And then you determine.
Yeah, they may learn some of the exact same things.
So that might be how they go
Now, some of our graduation is immediate.
that's what I'm saying.
These are students in this class.
They can get to.
Yeah, it's gonna be your elected, but it's that you're offering.
Right, okay, okay.
I said, we're gonna be.
I'm sure you saw it. I just saw this on the picture and then it just talks about I was like, it's all
You actually. They only have power. Well, now what they say, they're gonna just we'll tell you how to do it. We're pretty packed. But I think we still add.
Yeah, you'll still
add
have.
But you're pretty packed. The course is very packed.
put my grade up because it's a year out.
So,
and my just little home. Don't get this, and you're not teaching everybody anything. You're giving them a class kitchen report. We can figure that out. We'll figure it out. So less than a year. So, because we're a year out. 100,000 kids. You're saying
Out of curiosity, if you have some flexibility, like, where would you want your planning if we're able to accommodate that? Like what, like in the morning, like, just I was
We have three straight insurance calls together. Like to break up the
So what we like
insurance.
to do is pick up
So often, the production guidance sent to do like promulgation. That 7 periods. Really setting up for the games or whatever production they have.
and whatever it is, you must be here.
That means we won't give you any kids. Yeah, so that's where it's,
Typically, like, I guess the class sizes.
I got
I guess y'all probably have to be exposed.
well, right now, it's only opened up a little bit more room than we had. But right now, so we're they may
You might see
at least kind of keep a contact process with the applicants, and you have them in the beginning. You can have 4 rounds.
Yes. I appreciate the option. You appreciate the option to be awesome. So then they go up to the network.
And then you're gonna have
Because they're used to having staff. It will be very sad. We are.
You guys don't. That's fine.
I was a co-teacher.
So you're used to that too. So that's how your process is. Don't scare one group. They get it. They get it. Come back and work with the kids who are struggling, or you give them something to do on their PM tablets, or you go and invest in an article that I read. He was a lecturer, and he had them look at civil unrest and other countries on their tablets. And he had them do that, and then they had a discussion about the unrest being related to the American Revolution, and came back to that. And they had another discussion. And they started journaling on that. So you can incorporate the technology or not incorporate the technology. It's totally up to you. But, you know, just so that you're reaching every line style in the classroom, that might be better to you. But you can just go ahead and move ahead, because you're not going to kids who are just like that. They're just sitting there, no, I already have a plan in place, I always have them working on something, moving forward, always put them on ingenuity and get credit. So those are different options that, you know, research person eyes, some of the teachers still looking about technology, but if you incorporate these current issues, it's real easy to do. And you too, in media, so go ahead and incorporate, hey, let's look at that, let's see how we can incorporate that on our station, or what's going on. Rebuild infrastructure and how we do school and things. So that was one of the things I was actually he was one of the nations, they talked about how he was on the floor with his crew, you know, watching his group, and people when they get in group work, you still have to facilitate that and make sure you have everybody's doing something, and some people aren't sponging off.
One of the team members' jobs.
And even the one article talked about kids who are scared, I'm not saying you don't know how to do their own style and how you have to train them. And so that may be something, you know, at the beginning as well. Just have to say, some guys not used to jump starting, you know, whatever it is, say, hey, this is what we're gonna do. Everybody will have something.
Taking that crutch away.
Totally up to you. And those kids who want to, those kids are not on the roster. You guys probably should be on the roster. You can switch over after the first 6 weeks and get those honors 5 points. Like, that's an option. Right, in that case, they're okay. That might not be their area. English, everybody can go to honors, but it's something you do see on the system. Let them know if they can do it.
It's a lot of, especially in the libraries, there are a lot of kids who didn't take their honors.
They shy.
They're scared of it, not saying honors.
They're scared also, and, you know, the parents are nervous too, because the work ethic. A lot of them are that might be a thing that you can go over with them, how to study the world history.
I would love to kids to
Do that. So you guys can do something that every person
rather than do a scan card, and we never
we
go.
may have some processes, but we can also come in and do stuff like I said.
And quite honestly, it's so busy because the swamp was
See where they are, what
that
they're
really,
studying.
you never really show what you expect that thing to go, whatever it is.
They come in and do a position, they'll come in, tag team it, and then you win. That'll be a play, or you want to come in your class, that'll be your little break too. So, I mean, anything like that, anything that you guys really do, come in support, or anything, somebody, we may have some hidden kids in town that we don't even know about. That you guys can pull out. Definitely, we should.
And from their writing, from their production of video.
I know I have.
Again,
Some person.
Yeah, but how do you pull some stuff from different?
Yeah, and how to make it work, so, that's a great impact for it. So you have to
One I'm not supposed to be looking at or
Oh, no, you
looking
can grab it. By the time he goes to come on the card, to get to it.
So that's kind of like what you guys are going to be doing in the class, where you guys are allowed to choose. If I'm somebody who can learn by just listening, that's what you turn in. If they don't verbally give you an answer, then that's what you do. But you guys are able to choose your own bag, that's when that's the first lesson. Oh, you got to choose your turn. All right now, try to go for a man.
screw it off.
Yeah, there's options for it. So it's kind of like you let them choose what they want to choose, their style, but you're still there. And all the strings are the only thing that makes the system the same, are the wide strings. And then you want and then the personalized learning tab that's on there is just something about personalized learning. And then also on the back are different websites and school systems that do personalized learning. If you want to look at it.
So those students will know.
Since we are able to choose or help them decide, or I guess facilitate how they want to be tested.
The lessons that we set up, what
What they're learning, are you know what their capabilities are, or do we have to blank slate for everyone and let's see?
Yeah, well, you have, first of all, the Roxy is going to do the work for that.
Right, okay.
Will be,
Now, should there be a project for
anything like that?
Maybe
And
that's
that's what
you are choosing this.
also, every kid will have their separate tabs, like generally what their areas are. And